Hi everyone, I'm Anne-Marie from brambleberry.com, and today I'm going to be talking about the art, science, and history of Castile soap. What's Castile soap, you ask? Traditionally, Castile soap refers to any soap, liquid or bar, that has been made with 100% olive oil, sodium hydroxide, or potassium hydroxide, and water. That's it, just those three ingredients. But wait, you might say, I happen to have some Castile soap right here. That definitely has more ingredients than just olive oil, lye, and water. What's up with that? So simply put, the term Castile soap is not actually regulated. There is no governing body that says Castile soap is 100% olive oil, lye, and water. Now, traditionally, that's what it always has been. But some soap makers out there make something called Bastille soap, and that's kind of an insider baseball term for something that refers to a lot of olive oil with other ingredients. So like jojoba oil or coconut oil or palm oil to have additional properties like cleansing or moisturizing and the like, and they can sometimes call that a Bastille soap, or yes, some soap makers still call it a Castile soap because, again, it's not a regulated term. Castile soap has an incredible history. And where did it get the name Castile? Well, Castile soap originated in the Mediterranean province called Castile in Spain, where they had tons of olives and therefore tons of olive oil. And so they started making soap from this product, and that's why it became synonymous with the term Castile soap. Due to its efficiency, like they had the ingredients there, its exceptional mildness, and of course its great ability to clean while leaving skin conditioned, Castile soap gained popularity throughout all of Europe and eventually the world. Why Castile soap? Well, Castile soap, specifically olive oil, has a wonderful ability to make skin feel moist, rinse cleanly away, and leave your skin feeling conditioned. It's exceptionally mild, especially after a full cure time. Even the most sensitive skins, yes, even baby soap, loves Castile soap because it's exceptionally mild. Because of this mild ability, though, it doesn't have a lot of cleansing ability. Cleansing is kind of a euphemism for foam or really copious bubbles. Castile soap tends to have kind of smaller, more dense lather. Olive oil is also known for its stability in soap, which means it creates a long-lasting bar on the shelf. Some soaps that have kind of more unstable oils in them tend to get DOS, dreaded orange spots, because they're going literally rancid in the bar of soap. Castile soap tends not to do that. Castile soap is revered for being long-lasting, and it's revered for being mild. And part of that is because the best, most optimal cure time, that drying time for Castile soap is, wait for it, at least a year. I know what you're thinking. You're like, I don't have a year to wait. What's going on? If you use Castile soap, 100% olive oil soap, that's really 100% olive oil soap right away, say at the 4-week time or the 6-week time, what you're going to notice is the lather is exceptionally dense. Another word that I like to use to refer to that exceptionally dense lather is slimy. Not everybody loves that. However, it will still clean your skin. It will still rinse away. It just tends to take a little bit longer to harden up, to cure, and get a really nice lather. Now, you can get a really nice lather. It just takes some extra curing and drying time. Now, this is often why soap makers like to introduce at least 10% of, like, say, a coconut oil or even a palm oil to help with that foaming and that lathering ability, because Castile soap, 100% olive oil soap on its own, is not known for its lathering ability. Now, of course, if you ask 10 soapers about this, you're probably going to get 10 different answers about how long they cure their 100% olive oil soap. I personally find 100% olive oil soap to be amazing and exceptionally mild. I make it myself, and I do let it cure for a solid 8 to 12 months typically before I use it or give it away, because I like my soap, especially the Castile soap, to have great lather. Regular soap that has like coconut oil or palm oil or that type of stuff, I cure for 4 to 6 weeks just like normal. But Castile soap, 100% olive oil, I do cure for longer, but it's really a personal preference thing. That's where the art and the science of soap making really comes in. The soap is safe to use, pretty soon after you make it, 4 to 6 weeks. It just takes that extra time to really get that good lather. Now, if you want to find the ideal cure time for you, and of course your humidity and your temperature and where you're located, the only way to do that is to make a batch of soap and test it at different points in the year until you find what you feel good about and you love and you're willing to use on yourself, give away, or yes, sell. If you're just making regular 100% olive oil soap and you want it to have the best results for you, your family, your friends, and your customers, it is that 1-year cure time. Now, because it is a 1-year cure time, I tend not to add fragrance to my Castile soap because after a year, it doesn't matter how strong that fragrance was to begin with, it really isn't present that much. Plus, that really does go along with the gentleness and the mildness and all skin types loving Castile soap to not have any fragrance or even essential oil in it. Now, if everything I've told you makes you super excited to try 100% Castile soap, and you absolutely should, I love Castile soap. We do have a recipe at brambleberry.com. Yes, it is pretty simple, and it's a really great bar of soap, and I hope you do get to try it. In the recipe, like my general preference, we did leave out the fragrance because, again, like I said, it really won't last past about a year. So we kept it exceptionally simple. Now, if you are interested in Castile soap, but you kind of want to tweak it a little bit, you want more lather, you want to be able to use it faster, you want to be able to put some other things on the label, I have some ideas for you. So to increase lather, now we're talking Bastille soap, not 100% Castile. You could do castor oil at like 5% or under. You could do coconut oil and palm oil, and those, you can safely use those up to 33% easily each, but that wouldn't be keeping within the spirit of maximizing the olive oil. So 10% coconut oil, 10% palm oil. I love to use sodium lactate in my lye water. It does help the soap to harden more quickly, helps the soap to mold more easily. You could also do a sugar. Some people do sugar water in their lye water. That's pretty controversial. Or you could do like a natural sugar, like say a milk that's going to really help to increase the lather. And you could put that milk in at thin trace. So to increase the firmness or the hardness of the bar earlier than a year, you can do some things like butters. So cocoa butter, mango butter, shea butter. You could also do some palm kernel oil, some palm oil, some coconut oil. Some people like to really heat their entire batch up and do a little bit of beeswax into the entire thing to really firm that up. If you're listening to me and you're like, I would actually really like to mess around with that 100% Castile soap recipe and make something that cures faster, is harder, but you don't really know where to start, Brambleberry did develop a better than Castile quick mix, which I understand is kind of a little cheeky title, but we did make it with over 50% olive oil. And then you can see there are some solids in there floating around because we added some ingredients to help it dry out, cure faster, be harder faster, have really stable, gorgeous lather, but still have that exceptional mildness that comes from a bar that's predominantly olive oil. You can see in this bar just how amazing this lather is while still having a pretty high percentage of olive oil. So one of the things I have noticed chattering around in the Facebook groups right now and the other online soap making groups is the talk about how expensive olive oil has gotten. And you're right, it has gotten expensive. Some of the ways to help decrease that expense is by using other liquid oils like say rice bran oil or high oleic safflower oil. Some people like to use canola oil. Those are some ways to kind of decrease the expense of the soap while still using maybe a high percentage of olive oil. Brambleberry has our olive oil promise and our olive oil pure. This one has been extracted using chemical methods, and this one has been extracted using just regular cold press methods. You can absolutely use pumice the same exact way as you do. You might notice though, because there's chemical extraction in here, it does get harder faster and it turns your trace a little thicker faster. I don't notice any difference in quality for the lather or the staying power in the shower. Castile soap has such a long and storied history. I hope you try it. I hope you love it. And I hope that this video gave you some tips and tricks to make it your own. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'd love to hear your comments on what you think of Castile soap if you've tried it. What's your favorite cure time? Tell me. I'm really curious. Until next time, happy soaping.